It's a new month. It's July and it's summertime. I hope you're having a great start to your summer. My name is Brandon and I have Joel with me on this first segment of this new month. We're talking about career. Hi, Joel.
Hey, Brandon. Good to be back.
Well, it's good to have you here, Joel. We're talking about careers as we begin this month. And I want to ask you a question as we have questions, lots of questions here at Insights. What connections have made a big difference in your career?
Oh, goodness. I think every job I've had that I've successfully applied for has had the help, at least, of some connections. It was people who believed in us, my wife and I, as a young couple, that wanted us to succeed, that helped us meet people, get interviews. And without those people behind us, I don't know where we'd be.
So networking has been really important for you.
Yes. They told us in school, your skills are important, your education's important, but your connections are just as important. And when you're looking for a job, they said, don't rely on those job search websites. They said, talk to your network, talk to who you know, and who do they know, and ask them for help.
Absolutely. It's so important. We also, in our career article this month, have a fun topic. We're talking about micromanagement. Everyone loves to be micromanaged, right, Joel? First of all, before we get into this discussion, what does it mean, Joel, to be micromanaged?
Well, to be micromanaged, that's like at a previous job I had at a preschool. I had the best and the worst supervisor. And the worst supervisor was a ruthless micromanager. No matter how good we did, she would always have things to criticize. And she would try to control every little tiny detail of our work. And it just made us all miserable.
Yeah, that's frustrating, and you feel that you can never do enough, right? It's never good enough.
You can't do what you do is never good enough. And it's more work because you're constantly being told to change what you're doing and try things different ways.
Yes.
By contrast, the best supervisor, if the students were happy, the parents were happy, the customers were happy, she was happy.
Right, so there's a way to manage without micromanaging.
Her approach was, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So if the staff is happy, everyone's running smoothly, we don't need to burden people with extra requirements or changes.
All right, well, our last question for this article deals with remote work. A lot of people have been working remotely the past year or so. What about you, Joel? Would you like to work remotely?
Well, it's hard to say. If I worked remotely, I would save 2 hours every day from commuting, but I wouldn't get to see you.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's right.
Well,
virtually, right?
It's not the same.
Skype or Zoom or something like that.
Not the same.
There are pros and cons to working remotely, and maybe you can think about that. It can save time and maybe some money as well, and maybe you'll have the opportunity to do that. Be sure to check out our career article this month for more details about all of these topics. We'll see you next time here on Insights.
See ya.